You had the hit soundtrack on the Creed movie that came out during that time. You also dropped something for Eminem, but also here recently you won a Grammy, bro.
And the Grammy goes to Rapsody featuring Erykah Badu.
How to make money and monetize. What inspires your sound? What particular emotion and environment? Sit down and create. Where do you start? Do you make a beat with the drum machine?
Ain't nothing like the rhythm section being locked in. Bro.
What was it like winning the Grammy?
When the Grammy happened, bro, man, bro, I still can't put it into words, bro. It came in the most. It definitely came not how I thought it would come. It's like I had to let go of a lot of stuff in order to get that. It's crazy, bro.
With AI coming into play, is there any way that you can proprietary copy your beats?
We're not limited to where we train somebody, right? Because we're always in the creation mode. We're creating the new.
Hey, what's going on? This your boy with Chadwick Experiences. I have another guest. He's been on my podcast show before. And just to put y'all up on game, the theme of this one is stay in motion. And this brother I got on today, he's definitely been in motion. Again, the last time I interviewed you, bro, it was like 2023.
Yeah,
I know you had the hit soundtrack on the Creed movie that came out during that time. You also dropped something for Eminem. But also here recently, you won a Grammy, bro. So I wanted to say congratulations. And on your social media platform, you've always say, stay in motion, stay in motion. So since 2023, here it is, we in 2025, you have stayed in motion. And what I've seen is your brother, Mr. Lonestarr, got a Grammy. So congrats, bro.
Everybody that just poured into me and to win it with two people that I love so much, and Erykah Badu and S1 and Jamarcus Bridges and Lonestarr, like.
Thank you, broski. Thank you, man.
I know we came a long way from 2023. You was trying to put other music producers how to monetize off that, and I think you certified now, man, with that Grammy. Not to say that you wasn't, but when I saw you on that stage, man, much love, bro.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man, and we're just gonna pick up the theme of this podcast show, and it's gonna be real quick. It's just to stay in motion. Brother Lonestarr been on here before. Again, gave a lot of gems how to make money and monetize if you're in that music sector with the beats and everything. So I just want to follow up, man. Number one, what inspires your sound? What particular emotion and environment? I mean, I love Tupac. I saw, hey, he get the Henny, he gets some weed, and he start flowing. Can you kind of explain when you're in that studio, what is it like and what's the environment? Do you create the vibe or do it just, you let it flow naturally?
It depends, man. But a lot of the times, when I'm working on music, I'm typically by myself in my room, creating ideas and stuff like that. So, I'm normally inspired by just life in general, bro, just experiences, or going out and seeing some things and taking that emotion and putting it inside of the track, man, and trying to convey that feeling for somebody to hear it and speak on their life experiences on top of it, man. But when I'm in the studio with an artist, man, sometimes, the same thing, bro, it comes from them telling their story or sharing some experience they had. And then, I start creating the idea, and then, it leads into them, painting the whole picture on top of the canvas.
I was telling Rapsody is I was like, when you have drums and all this other stuff going on, it can get in the way of the actual emotion. So it's like, write the song at the bare minimum state.
I know I'm imperfect, though you make me feel like Jesus, or how God sees us. Not afraid to show my insecurities like Issa.
My guy Lonestarr, who's a producer on the song as well. But when he came over and did those drums, he programmed those drums, I was like, yeah, this is it.
When you're creating the beat, you say you're alone first, but do you have are you putting out any energy towards it, or is it just whatever's in your head, whatever you're feeling, whatever the vibe is, you're just flowing?
Yeah, I'm just flowing, man. I'm allowing myself to be pretty much an open vessel, bro. You know what I mean? I try not to think too much about the creation process. You know what I mean? I just let it come from me. Let it come from above, man. And I just start tinkering around with sounds, you know, and all that type of stuff until magic.
Okay. And again, I'm not musically inclined, but I do listen to music, whatever hip hop, and it's just something about when that beat drop at the beginning, or even something I got five, like you could just tell that it seemed like there's no time, it's just space. So my next question I want to ask you, when you sit down and create, where do you start? Do you make a beat with the drum machine? Do you have some piano? What is it like when you first create it? Where's the melody? How do you start? Is it a formula, or is it just like an artist just painting a blank canvas, bro?
Yeah, I'm open, bro. Like, sometimes for a good minute, I've been in the habit of, you know, starting with melodies first and then building around that. But back in the day, like when I started producing, man, I started out with drums first. And I think I might get back to that method of producing, bro, because ain't nothing like the rhythm session being locked in, bro, and then you just, you know, paint everything around the rhythm section, bro. As long as it got a good groove to it, bro, you pretty much winning. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way you can lose on it. You know what I'm saying? So it depends, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I start with the melodies, sometimes I start with the drums. It all depends on even with the gear I start with, you know what I'm saying? That'll kind of dictate, you know, how I show up.
Okay. What was it like winning the Grammy, man?
Man.
Was that like validation? Okay, I'm on the right path. Or before that, did you know you was on the right path, and whatever comes, you know that you're, you know, putting out all of your energy? Because I know even with titles and stuff in life, I mean, there's some people that don't get recognized, you know.
Yeah.
Some people win the Grammy, some people don't. But would you say for you, was that a validation, or was that a confirmation, or was that just motivation to keep going?
It was definitely confirmation.
And the Grammy goes to Rapsody featuring Erykah Badu.
Firstly, thank you, God. Wow, this is incredible. I want to thank S1, Lonestarr, Terrace Martin.
You know, I started this journey kind of with how Earl Nightingale say, man, kind of like living in the end. You know what I mean? You have this idea in your mind, and this is what you're gonna do, and it's, you know, with you knowing where you're going, it's like, all right, cool. Let me start out on the path and just, you know, stay locked in on it. So everything that comes, bro, in regards to like the accolades, the placements, the, you know, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It's like you kind of already know that it's gonna happen because of that belief, right? So, you know what I mean? When the Grammy happened, bro, it was, man, bro, I still can't put it into words, bro. It came in the most, it definitely came not how I thought it would come.
That's how it normally goes down with
things. You know what I
Like
mean?
not expecting it, yeah.
Even though I believed it was gonna come, bro, it came how I couldn't imagine it come that way, right? So, and then winning with my homies, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my big bro, Symbolic One, man, for bringing us along, man, and, you know, starting to work on Rapsody's project. She came down here and stayed in Dallas for like a month, and you know, he invited us over to the crib, and we got to kick it with her and just, you know, vibe with her and bounce ideas, you know, off when we was over there in the studio working, man. And she really took a liking to that record in particular, you know what I'm saying? So much so that she wanted, like, she knew from the beginning, like, I need Erykah on this record. So who knew, you know what I'm saying, that was gonna be the one? Because the album is great overall. You know, I honestly feel like that was a great body of work. It kind of got overshined by the beef with Kendrick and Drake a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because they was going crazy last year. But like, man, it that body of work, it was honest. It was vulnerable, you know. everything. It was everything. It was a really cool experience. It kind of even, like, I could relate to it in some aspects, man, because I was going through a bit of a difficult time in my life too. So even with, winning the Grammy, bro, it was like crazy how it happened, because it was damn near like the path of least resistance in a sense, man. Or it's like I had to let go of a lot of stuff in order to get that. It's crazy, bro.
And I would say that's a true thing. I've heard it, but now hearing you say what you just said, it's definitely true. The minute whatever we grinded for, and you let that, ish go, it comes to you.
bro, I totally, hell, at that point, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even want to make music at that point, bro. Like, I was so like in a funk, you know what I mean? Versus the years where I was just on it and I was like, I gotta make this happen. And you know what I'm saying? I was in like controlling a lot of shit. When I relinquished control, bro, it's like the universe opened up and here you go,
And that's a hard thing for all of us to do. And I'm even learning it now, bro. The minute you let go, especially if you did the work, you did all that grinding, and boom, my brother won a Grammy. And I want to say salute to you again on that one, man. The next thing I wanted to ask, was there ever a time before this moment that you thought you created some work and music that was so good that deserved a Grammy, but you didn't get it? Or what you just got awarded for, did that just feel the best timing of it, far as your criteria of work?
Nah, that was it.
That was it, man.
Yeah, that was the one. It's like, I knew it was something special. The Eminem moment was special for me, bro, because that was like a proper introduction into
the
like
music industry,
you know what I'm saying, to the music industry. But like, nah, this Rapsody joint was like extra special to me.
But that's good to hear, man, because as they say, well earned, well deserved. So you did that work again, and big shout out to you, man.
Thank you, brother.
I want to say, within the studio, sometimes it's like, maybe a sports, Jordan and Pippen, or let me think, when Stephon Marbury and Kevin Garnett was playing together. Has there ever been a time where you went in that studio and there was just an artist or two or three that it just clicked? It felt like you could have been on the Midwest of the United States, they on the East Coast, and y'all were literally creating harmony music together. But once you got in the studio, it was like an instant click.
Oh yeah, that the Rapsody project was definitely that feeling. I always wanted to, work on an artist album where like we're included through all stages, you know what I'm saying?
Creation process.
Yeah, for sure. Like, she brought us in and she had a whole vision for her album. She had like a vision board or like pictures that she took from Pinterest and stuff. And you know what I mean? She was like, she'll point out to a certain picture and be like, what does this sound like? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then like from what we see, we have to like imagine the melodies or imagine the drum beats or what feeling, can be conveyed from that image alone. And or just, certain albums or songs that she was inspired by, she would, challenge us that in that way, which was, was kind of, man, it wasn't even kind of dope. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? It's a cool ass experience.
Yeah, man. And I can imagine whenever you see the after footage, most art, and again, I'm not musically inclined, but I can peep game. When somebody's in there to just jam whatever's going on, I bet time doesn't even exist. It's just you're at a plateau, a cloud of energy. Everything's in sync and you don't even know what's going on. And you create that beat, and thank God somebody was recording it, because I feel like sometimes music can be created once and maybe that's it. If you didn't lock and load and have it recorded, and then you'll be man, I wish I would have recorded, or I wish I can't remember that beat to save my life that was in my head fresh, hot off the press.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Thank God, capture lightning in a bottle, man.
Bad. Next question. What advice would you give to anybody who wants to get in what you're into, that particular industry? How do you have a producer and artist working relationship that lasts a long time? What do you have to do? I know a lot of times if you're unknown, you got to get known. And how do you get known? Maybe doing a little bit of some free samples, some free projects. But I know a lot of people always be like, I got to get paid. I got to get paid. When I look at the industry, even, you know, Kanye West and Jay-Z, Kanye put in some work. And in the end, I think Kanye won on that one as far as a business standpoint. What advice would you give? How can a person in your industry develop that long-term relationship with the producer and the artist and keep working together?
Just like with your own personal journey, it's an investment, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you know, make sure whoever you work with, y'all have great chemistry. Yep. As long as y'all got great chemistry, man, it'll all work out, you know what I'm saying? Eventually at some point, you know, when the both of y'all break through. Sometimes you do have to do things pro bono, you know what I mean? The universe will reward you in the long run. So yeah, man, it's like I say, it's an investment, bro. And you just have to make sure whoever you locking in with, they're gonna be worth the investment. I mean, ultimately it's your investment at the end of the day too. So like, you know where you're trying to go. Hopefully the people that you align with are on that same path, and y'all, you know, can knock down some walls together and create some great things together.
Bet, man. And while we're just on this subject, I just want to know, because I hear this story happening often. Has any of your beats ever been like straight up stolen, and then they try to push back and act like they didn't know you? I remember that song back in the day. Mike Brown said, "Well, you didn't know me, I'm hot. Now y'all."
Man, I don't even, you know what's funny though? I don't even think half of the people even know who I am that stole my beats, bro. Because like YouTube made it a thing. You know what I'm saying? When I was posting my content on YouTube, I remember I made like this Jay-Z type beat, and this was like right before he dropped 444. So this was like 8 years ago, bro. Bro, this beat was like my most viewed beat on YouTube, bro. This mug got like over 100,000 views on this joint, man. This mug got like, I saw Mickey Fax had ripped it off of YouTube and rapped on it. I saw just a bunch of people rapping on that beat, bro, which is crazy to me, you know what I'm saying? And they probably don't even know, you know what I'm saying, other than my tag being in that joint, but you know what I'm saying? They probably don't even know who I am, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, I'm happy we're at this particular subject, because I want to ask you one more thing in this area. With AI coming into play, is there any way that you can proprietary copy your beats? Because I know even with like on my phone, SoundHound, if I don't know a song, it's literally scanning, I guess, the sound waves and come up. Is there any way, like with AI into play, what kind of game could you give me, or what are you learning with AI, copyright, intellectual property, and all that jazz, bro?
I don't know too much other than, you know what I'm saying, just if it's your IP, you're protected, one, because when you create it, it's on your computer, it's dated. So it's, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. Now, if somebody illegally uploads your stuff, you know what I'm saying, that's definitely gonna be messed up, you know what I mean? But here's the thing, and I saw somebody mention this too. You know, AI is trained to take what you give it, right?
Yep.
So us as creatives, we're not limited to what we train somebody, right? Because we're always in the creation mode. We're creating the new. We're gonna forever be ahead of AI because it's learning from us. So as long as we stay sharp and stay ahead of the curve, bro, there's really nothing to fear about AI coming in. I think it's a very helpful tool. It definitely eliminates some of the heavy workload, but it ain't gonna eliminate us. You know what I mean? That's something that it'll never be able to do because it's trained by us.
That's good information for my listeners or anybody watching this. Hey, as far as this music industry, this brother won a Grammy, and he's saying, hey, as long as he's original, they can't replace an original. They can do copycats, AI, but replace that original beat.
Yeah, for sure. It'll never create something that's God-given. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also, too, I just want to encourage the listener. I'm pretty sure you already know this. You up on game because you're in that industry. It's important for all of us to not want to be a copycat. Like, do your own style. You know, I remember growing up, the East Coast rappers rap this way, the West Coast. If you do your own style and you're an original, You can't be manipulated or copied. And that's what to me, that's what the world needs. We don't need no more copycats. It's cool. It's cool to get inspiration from this one, from that one. But at the end, do your own thing and do your own style, and the world will keep going round and round. But we don't need a lot of copycats anymore. You need to be an original.
That's a fact, man. Yeah, man.
Do you think producers get enough credit today that they deserve, or they're hidden behind the scenes just because of hits and stuff like that? When the music come out, are producers really getting the credit they deserve, or is it more about the artist who's singing the content, which others, including yourself, was behind the scenes, dropping the beats, going through all that? Or is it mainly about the artist or the big producer Mongols that we used to see?
Man, I think it's a pretty even playing field, man. You know, I've been fortunate to work with some great artists who, of course, they're in the light and they're on the main stage, but they'll shout us out, you know what I mean, and show us love while they're on the main stage, man. Yeah. One in particular was when Rapsody was on the red carpet, bro, and she was talking about the Grammy, and she shouted out her whole team. She shouted out us individually.
But I'm overjoyed. I feel full. You know, I feel aligned. I feel in the light. I'm grateful though. Like, my team worked so hard, you know, to have this moment. This is my manager's first Grammy win with me. Like, you know, to celebrate her. Everybody that just poured into me, and to win it with two people that I love so much, and Erykah Badu and S1, and, you know, Jamarcus Bridges and Lonestarr, like, and to do it authentically.
You know what I mean? So she put us on, and, you know, most artists don't have to do that. I mean, artists don't have to do that.
For sure.
Most artists do. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing, bro. And but the playing field is even, bro, because, you know, just as much as the artists are stars, the producers are stars too. You know what I'm saying? We came up in the era of, you know, when we got to see people like Timbaland and Dr. Dre and, you know, all of the super producers, you know what I mean? So they was just as big as, you know, any rapper, you know what I'm saying, at the time. So, you know, I think that carried on into, you know, where we're at today, you know what I'm saying? So you make your brand what you will, you know what I'm saying?
Bet. All right, man. Two more questions. I know you're a busy man. I probably interrupted you today from making music. So.
Good, bro.
Yeah. All right. The next is, what advice would you give to YouTubers who want to, you know, start uploading their beats, content, music-wise on YouTube and make it big? Can you give them some gems? What would separate them from the dreamers versus the doers? And you are a doer. Maybe at one point when I met you in my life, you was a doer, but maybe before that time you was a dreamer. What advice would you give to somebody who's trying to upload these beats to YouTube and put themselves out there? What separates them from a dreamer versus a doer?
Right now it's very interesting, bro, because it's not just YouTube. It's all of them, bro. It's every platform that's available, whether it's Twitch, whether it's Kick, whether it's Instagram, TikTok. Like, utilize all the platforms, bro. During my time when I was breaking into the industry, YouTube was definitely a big thing. You know what I mean? Uploading your beats on there, you definitely had reach. It put your music in front of people who were searching for particular sounds at that time. But more than making beats, I think it's more or less about getting into content creation, man. If a lot of the creatives can take the same approach that Cassinet and all of these young kids take, and even in regards to, like, you know, they're making hella money playing video games online, bro. I think it's more or less about you as the brand. And, you know, you can get on there and make beats one day, or you can get on there and, you know, shoot the shit, man, and talk to people, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you just have to bring people into your world, into your experience. So if your world and your experience is making beats, then of course go live, stream it for X amount of hours, and, you know, get those subs, man. Like, you know, engage with your people in your community, because, man, the industry is in such an interesting place, bro. Like all of the just last year, all of the labels transitioned into distribution companies, which turned them into tech companies now.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, and a lot of it's a lot of layoffs, man. A lot of top executives got laid off, and a lot of people that was working inside of the buildings are no longer inside those buildings anymore. So it's like, man, people got to pivot into different things. The music industry, or all industry, the world is evolving. The world is changing. How it looked,
meaning past tense, exactly.
Yeah, bro. Like it's different, bro. You gotta forge a new path.
Yeah,
you have to forge a new path. So any kids that's wanting to like get into the music business, bro, like look at what's going on around you, and then be innovative and think of a way that you can carve a new lane for yourself and create an experience that somebody in the world can relate to, and then just put it out there, man, for the people to, enjoy.
Bet, man. I know you gave me a little bit of your time today, but I just got to ask two more additional questions. With all you talking about how to monetize too, the Tory Lanez thing, was that true with the NFT? He broke with the NFT thing? Can you explain that for my listener? Because I was like, maybe that's why they got him in jail, because he hurt them record labels, bro.
Nah, he that's definitely one of those things. Like, he made it look different.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I wasn't too familiar with NFT. You know what I mean? But the fact that he took a different approach into going direct to his consumers, like, very important. You know what I mean? And that's where we're at today, bro. It's the Wild Wild West. And he went out on a limb, and man, he won big, bro.
Yep.
And that's the thing. Like, I think people have to think like that. People have to think outside of the box in order to really become successful in this world, bro. Right now, I think we're in the like fourth industrial revolution, maybe the fifth. I don't know. Yeah. But tech is big in this industrial revolution, bro. Yep. So it's like you have to think about how can you win from a technological vantage point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts, man. Appreciate you being here, man. And one last question, or maybe two, man, because I get excited.
Don't make me, bro.
You on this music game, and just like you said, as the world is going to change, industrial age, man, maybe the content that people are creating. I know I'm an 80s baby, so hey, my dad had the 8-track, the records. I wonder, is just like you said, the tech, is it going to be the social media that's left, a digital file of everybody who's in the music industry, or whether you're a basketball player? I know they did the NFTs during COVID for the basketball, so maybe this is what it's all about, creating this digital content, and this is what is left whenever our time is up here on earth. But nevertheless, if you could be remembered for one beat in your career or one moment, what defines you in terms of music? Is something in one sound, or what would that represent? Or you're still creating, one thing couldn't define you at this point in time as far as the music industry, like a beat or a sound, something that represents music that sums it up for you where you're at right now in your career?
At this current moment, I would say my biggest accomplishment to this day, that's very authentic to my sound. I like records in that bag. On the other side of the coin, I feel like I'm still forging my path. And so, like, parts of me want to say that experience, but at the same time, it's like I've yet to create that, because I guess the world would really truly have to answer that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not myself.
Facts, man. And one last question. I know I've been saying this but this is the last question. I noticed a while ago on your social media platform, because we follow each other. You had a quote that's like, "Stay in motion." I kept seeing you post it, and then it finally registered in my head. I mean, that sums up where we are now in society. Stay in motion. Can you just, it's really self-explanatory, but I'd rather it come from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, I definitely would love to expound on that. Man, it's funny because I was watching this kid named Nero on YouTube, you know what I mean? And he was kind of just breaking down some metaphysics and stuff like that, some stuff like that, and pretty much just, talking about manifestation and how, like, you got to stay in motion so your energy don't be stagnant. You know what I mean? And the more you stay in motion, of course, great things will come your way, because you're using that force to keep going. And another, from a musical standpoint, or just life in general, because we go through things in life and we experience things, hardships and stuff like that. I've seen an interview where Pharrell was talking about his experiences in the music industry, and he was like, some situations he had, bad deals and having difficulties while navigating the music industry. One thing he said is, although you may experience those things, don't stop creating, because at any given moment it'll change. Any given moment it'll change, bro. And even with myself, bro, I've had some moments where I stopped creating, or I've experienced some things where it's like, man, I just, you get this level of frustration where it's like, man, fuck it, why keep going? You know what I'm saying? But you have to keep going. You have to be resilient. You have to persist. And, if you do that, you're going to be greatly rewarded, man. So always stay in motion, man. No matter what the circumstance or the situation, stay in motion.
Bet, man. And because you said that, man, I just got to give you some more love too, man. Last year you produced, I think, 3 or 2 custom beats for me, because I thought about, I'm a self-published author, and I thought about writing a book, and I always need your music to promote it. I can't just use some, how you said, stock film music online and what they say, royalty-free music. I need custom music to get people attention. So I want to let you know, man, even though I'm about a year late, I just got my proof copy of the Student Loaners book that you helped me make the beat, trying to promote student loans.
Bro. Congratulations, man. Put that book up one more time, man.
I'll put a digital copy up there, but you definitely helped me promote it. This is the proof copy right here, man. I'm going over it, and I was like, man, Lonestarr, I can't believe that we created some music a year ago, and now I'm just now pulling it out, getting ready to advertise this book, releasing in July 15th. So a big shout out to you, and keep posting on your content, because even though, like you're saying, you are producing music, but it's kind of like you're motivating, because if I never would have saw that quote, staying in motion, or being tagged where you won that Grammy, I was like, man, I can see it. Like, you are staying in motion. So keep up the good work, bro. And I hope that this interview can help others stay in motion as this forever world is changing.
Most definitely, man. God willing, bro. Congratulations again, man. Thank you as well, bro, because you definitely kept me in motion.
For sure.
Because I definitely wasn't active until you hit me up, man. It was like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I need your work. And so nah, man, I'm super proud of you, bro.
Thanks,
that's super dope, man.
All right. And as always, because it's all about networking in life, whether, I don't know if you're going to do mentorship, man, there's so much masterclass this or whatever, but where can people find out your social media? And if you have a website, which I know you do, you can go ahead and lay that out, and we'll lay a contact in a video form at the end of this.
Most definitely, man. On all platforms, it's Lonestarrmuzik. That's LONESTARRMUZIK. Twitter, well, not Twitter, X, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, man. That's all on that one. And then I think for Twitch is a little different. I think for Twitch it's like Lonestarrmuzik 214, so just add 214 at the end of that one if you want to follow me on Twitch. But yeah, man, and my website. Yeah. Lonestarrmuzik.com, LONESTARRMUZIK.com. So shop with us, support us. We appreciate you.
All right, bet, man. And again, the key thing here is stay in motion. And again, this is a Chadwick Experience where I only have one goal. I just want people to learn, earn, and thrive in their lives. Bet.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for tuning in to Chadwick Experiences podcast. If you like this podcast, please subscribe and like. Also, check us out on our website at www.chadwickexperiences.com. We also have books that can help you get a different outlook. Thank you for tuning in.